Thanking the veterans in the room for their service, but also thanking all of you for the service of your family members on Veterans Day. Thank you for all that. I also want to thank John Levy, LSC's board chair, Jim Salmon, LSC's president, for their vision in pulling this event together. Thank you, Carol Bergman and Ron Flagg, for your support for this LSC grantee. Welcome to all the new LSC board members. Welcome to New York City. I hope we'll get a chance to work with you in the future, and I look forward to getting to know you. And special thanks to Carly and Becky, LSC staff members who have really pulled this event together, as we all know. It takes a lot more than just leadership to pull this kind of an event together. Legal Services NYC started our Veterans Justice Project in 2011. And since that time, we've provided services to nearly 15,000 veterans, service members, and their families. We couldn't have done that work without the incredible partnerships, some of which you heard Dow Sun and Peter Bashar describe earlier, with the private sector, corporations and law firms, and the VA facilities where we meet clients. But one of the great things about this project is that during the course of its operation, we were able to meet and help Abdiel Joseph, who I'm about to introduce to all of you. Abdiel is a Air Force veteran. He has a BS in business. He has an MS in sports finance. And he has the equivalent of what I'm sure is a PhD that allows him to be a semi-professional baseball umpire. But more important than that, Abdiel gives back and believes in giving back, not just to veterans, but to his community. He's served on the Legal Services NYC board for the past 2 years, and he has spoken out repeatedly to the ABA, to the Chief Judge's Permanent Commission on Access to Justice, and here in this room about the importance of legal services for veterans. Abdiel.
Good morning, greetings everyone. Happy Veterans Day to all of the veterans who served. Thank you for your service. I'd like to thank everyone who has supported veterans and all of the service that they do for our country that allows us to enjoy the freedoms that we do enjoy. As Mr. Rasmussen said, thank you very much for your introduction, sir. My name is Abdiel Joseph, and I'm a board member at Legal Services NYC. I'm a returned Air Force veteran who served in Desert Storm, Desert Shield conflict. When I was asked to speak today, although I've spoken on various other occasions, I was a little nervous because today was such a momentous occasion, honoring all of the veterans who came before me and the veterans who will come after me. In 1997, I was diagnosed with disabilities related to my service and began to receive disability benefits and services from the VA and started to rehabilitate myself. So thinking back on my journey as a board member and also as a recipient of the services of LSC NYC, I wanted to speak candidly from my heart. In 2002, I entered the VA Vocational Rehabilitation Program to pursue my education, and am now in the process of building my own small business. At that time, while I was still in school, pursuing my degrees, my landlord was always a thorn in my side. Now, having an affordable apartment in Brooklyn has allowed me to finish my education and pursue my dreams. But for years, my landlord had been trying to drive me out of my apartment to benefit from the neighborhood's gentrification and increase his profits. And if it weren't for the Veterans Justice Program that I was a recipient of by Peter Kempner, who took on my cases, I would have probably been homeless. On one occasion, my landlord said that I underpaid him. Although I had all my receipts, he said I underpaid him. But the fact that I did not have a lawyer, I almost lost my home. And after months of court appearances, I got a notice from the marshal that my eviction was scheduled. Fortunately, I was able to produce my money order receipts, proving that I had in fact been overcharged for many months. As a result, the lawsuit was stopped. Unfortunately, my landlord remained intent on pushing me out and sued me repeatedly to evict me or harass me to leave. On one attempt, he claimed he needed my apartment for personal use for one of his family members. Because individual owners are usually allowed to do this, fighting the claim seemed like a lost cause. Luckily, my VA counsel referred me to Legal Services NYC. Peter Kempner did some research and was able to prove that the landlord was a corporation, not a person, and so we were able to defeat this fraudulent claim. I would have never been able to win this case on my own because I had no knowledge of the law, nor the wherewithal and resources to fight my landlord, who had more money than I did. Can I tell you the huge relief it was to have Legal Services NYC there by my side? But I don't want to make this message that I have about myself. Why? Because there are many other countless veterans who do not receive the opportunities that I received, who did not receive the legal services and counsel that I received. Many of them wake up every day, they're in pain, whether it's mentally or physically. They're unable to function on a day-to-day basis, and that stops them from being whole. So when I was asked to speak today, I had to think, as a veteran, and as experience of other veterans, the message that I want to convey today is that no matter how much help a veteran receives, that veteran will never be whole. Again, he has lost or she has lost a part of themselves that they will never recover. And it is only through the services that many of you in this room today render that they can replace or recover a part of themselves. But we will never be whole again. Never. The other thing is that we try to pursue a sense of normalcy. A lot of times that's an uphill battle that we never win. And our whole life is spent trying to be normal again and try to assimilate and become a part of what we call the civilian world. And as Mr. Bashard clearly noted, that there is a divide. There is a divide between the military world and the civilian world. So when one leaves one world and tries to transition to another, a lot of times the odds are against us. And we don't know where to go. We don't know where to turn. We don't know who to speak to. We don't know where to go. And Legal Services NYC and the LSC Corporation is an entity unlike any other. I don't know of any other entity that helps veterans as much as LSC. And if it weren't for their commitment to helping veterans through the Veterans Justice Program and through the day in and day out rendering of their services, a lot of veterans would not be able to pursue their lifelong goals or to even function on a normal basis. So as I thank Legal Services NYC for not only helping me, but for helping so many others like me through their Veterans Justice Program, I would like to impart on you today this message, that as much as is being done now, there's more that needs to be done. As many of you who contribute and help veterans every day, there are many others that do not. So we need to spread the message, whether it's to Congress, whether it's to our local politicians, whether it's to the lawmakers, to the policymakers, or whether it's just to our fellow friends and family. The message that I convey to you today is that Let's not just honor our veterans today on this momentous day, but let's honor our veterans every day and try to advocate on behalf of them so that they can receive the proper services, whether it's medically or be able to pursue their life on a day-to-day basis so they can feel some of what others who have a whole and normal life experience. Thank you.